Hey guys, oh gosh, Mike, one sec. Hey guys, so a lot of requests for test 2, so that's what we're gonna do. I looked at a few math test papers and I pulled out like some questions, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. But I still want you to study from your notes, because even though I'm doing past questions, it's not guaranteed that these questions will come on exam. You could have other topics that I might not have done in this video that might come on exam. So do not just study from a past paper. Do not just study from this. Still, yes, you could study. Oh gosh, you're going dark. Okay, that's the sun, y'all. This natural lighting. Yes, you could still use it for good practice, but still review over your personal notes that you took in class, so you could still, be overall like really grounded in the concepts that you covered the exam. So don't just study from a past test paper. Still continue to review your notes. Okay. All right, enough yapping. Let's go have fun. Oh, and by the way, my name is An-to-nee-uh, and I am a third-year math student at the University of The Bahamas. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get started. The second quadrant is the quadrant in which x is less than 0 and y is less than 0. So let's take a look. This quadrant 1, this quadrant 2, this quadrant 3, and this quadrant 4. The second quadrant, they say where x is less than 0, which it is, but also where y is less than 0. And the second quadrant, y is not less than 0. You see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is false. The range of the relation -1, -2, 1, -1, 3, 0, 1, 1, 4 is the set 1, 3, 4. Okay, so the range is the y values. So we have 1, 3, 1, 4. When you write it in the set, you only write, if the number repeats, you only write it once. So you see how 1 repeated? We only write it once. So this is true. When the equation of a line is written in the form ax plus by equals c, it is said to be in point slope form. This is incorrect. Let me show you. This is standard form right here. This standard form of an equation. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So this is false. Okay, so the polynomial x squared plus 144 has a factor x plus 12. Okay, so we only have difference of two squares. We don't have addition of two squares. So you remember a minus b squared, a minus b. Okay, so I write this wrong. You see I have in brackets a minus b squared. That's supposed to be a squared minus b squared. I corrected on the document, but yeah, it's supposed to be a squared minus b squared. Squared is equal to a plus b, a minus b. It's only difference of two squares. It's not addition of two squares. So this is false. If this was x squared minus 4 minus 144, then it would have been true, because a factor of x squared minus 144 it would be x plus 12, x minus 12. But x squared plus 144, can't factor that. So this is this is false. It's false. Okay, so -1, 2 is a solution of the system x plus 2y equals 3, 2x minus 3y equals -8. So what to do is substitute these numbers in. So this is your x coordinate and this is your y coordinate. So you just substitute both these values in each equation and solve to see if it's true. So the first one, x plus 2y is equal to 3. Substitute next. So -1 plus 2 times 2 is equal to 3. So that's 4 minus 3. 4 minus 1, sorry. This 4 right here, this minus 1. We just rewrite it. Is equal to 3. This is correct. Let's try the second one. So 2x minus 3y is equal to negative 8. Substituting, x is negative 1, so 2 times negative 1 minus 3 times 2 is equal to negative 8. So that's minus 2 minus 6 is equal to negative 8. And this is true too. So since we substituted the coordinates into the equations and we got both true statements, then this is true, and negative 1, 2 is a solution of this system. So the answer for this is true. Okay, so moving on, let's go. So y plus 3 equals m, x minus 1 is the equation of a line with slope m and containing the point blank. So let's recall the point slope formula, which is y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1, right? We could derive the points from this formula because we have these 2 points right here. We give us our points x and y, right? Because we'd substitute these points into this to find the equation of a line, right? So they gave us the points here. However, this is plus and this is supposed to be a negative. So we have to rewrite this. And we're going to rewrite it as y minus negative 3 equals m, x minus 1. Okay? We write it as this because negative times a negative is a positive. So if we use to simplify this, this would be y plus 3 equals, and then the rest. So from this, we can now find our points. So if we substitute the x and y in, so x would be positive 1 and y would be negative 3. So you have positive 1 and negative 3. Okay. The system of linear equations which has one solution is called an... Let's look up here. So we have one solution here, right? So the solution of the system is negative 1, 3 because this is where I plotted. So this would be negative 1 and this would be negative 3 right here. And they say a system of equations that has one solution is said to be consistent. So consistent. The x-intercept of the line negative 2x plus 5y equals 10 is... Okay, so to find the x-intercept, we have to substitute 0 for y. So we'd be negative 2x plus 5, 0, because we substituting 0 for y is equal to 10. And then we just solve. So this would be negative 2x plus 0 equal to 10. Then we solve for x. This would be negative 2x equal to 10. Negative 2x divided by negative 2 is equal to 10 divided by negative. So 10 divided by negative 2 is x is equal to negative 5. So to write this, we'd write negative 5 because that's the x value, and then 0 because we set y equal to 0. Okay. So the slope of the line negative 2y equals 2x plus 1. To find the slope, we have to solve for y. So to solve for y, we have to get rid of this negative 2. To do that, we could divide by negative 2. So divide everything by negative 2. So negative 2, negative 2, and negative 2. If we rewrite this, this would be y is equal to 2 divided by negative 2. That's negative x. So negative x. And then that's minus 1 over 2. So the slope would be negative 1. Because this is where the value right here, so negative 1. That's the slope, negative 1. The degree of the polynomial is... So to solve this, we'd be adding the exponents in this term. So 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So the degree of the polynomial negative a to the power 4b c cubed is 7. The degree of the polynomial 7x to the power 4 minus 2x cubed y cubed is... Okay, so we're looking for the term with the highest degree. So this term, the degree of this term is 4. What's the degree of this term? it would be 3 plus 3. So 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So, and then the degree of the polynomial will be the highest degree of all the terms, so which is 6. Okay, the slope of a horizontal line is 0. So if we have a graph, right, this 0 right here, and let's just say this 3 is the y-axis, is the x-axis. If we just say plot y equals 3, this would be a horizontal line. The slope would be 0 because it's going straight. So the slope of a horizontal line is 0. Okay, so find the equation of a line perpendicular to 2x plus 5y equals 15 and passing through 8, negative 9. Express your answer in slope-intercept form. Now, they didn't put this here, but I put this here to remind myself to let y'all know what, because they could say, find the equation of a line perpendicular to this line. So I just put that there to remind me to show y'all. Okay, so to approach this, we have to put this in the slope equation, slope form equation. So that's y equals mx plus b. So to do that, we have to solve for y. So we have 2x plus 5y is equal to 15. So solve for y. So we have 5y equal negative 2x plus 15. So we transpose, we subtract 2 from both sides, and then the 2's we cancel on this side. So we have negative 2x plus 15. I put the 2x first because I just want it in this form. So now divide by 5. So we have y equal negative 2 over 5x plus 3. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, so let's talk about the slope. Parallel slope goes like this. So like the line's kind of like even, like the slope, like they ain't never gonna cross. Like they ain't never gonna cross like that. They going straight like this. So they ain't never gonna cross. Perpendicular, so let's take the slope. M is the slope. M is equal to negative 2 over 5. A line perpendicular to this would be M. I think this is the symbol for it. So you take the reciprocal. You take the reciprocal. So this would be, and then change the sign. So 5 over 2, and then it would be positive. Okay, so this is negative here. Now it's positive. Right? Now, if this was going to be parallel, like if they told you to find the equation of a line parallel, you use the same slope. So m, if there's like parallel, it would be m equals 2 over 5, and then you'd use the same slope, so m equals negative 2 over 5. So it is parallel, and it's perpendicular. Okay, so and passing through the, okay, so now to finish this, we have passing through point 8, negative 9. So to do that, we can need the point slope formula. So that's y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. So now we substitute. Y minus y1 is negative 9, so open bracket negative 9. Please put it in bracket if this is negative. You cannot just forego or like not use this negative. You have to put it in bracket and say negative 9. That's if it's a negative. Equals m. We're looking for a perpendicular line, so we use 5 over 2. If we're looking for a parallel line, we would use the same slope. We're looking for a perpendicular, so we use 5 over 2. X minus x1 is 8. So y, and negative times negative is a positive, so it's y plus 9 equals, we have 5 over 2x, so 5 over 2x, okay, minus, and then we have 5 over 2 times negative 8. So 8 times 5 is 40, so that'd be negative 40 over 2. Negative 40 over 2 is just negative 20. So we still have to get rid of this 9, so we have to subtract 9 since it's a positive 9. So y plus 9 minus 9 is equal to 5 over 2x minus 20 minus 9 minus 9. So the final answer will be y, these cancel, equals 5 over 2x minus 29. Okay, so given the graph below, find the following. Find the y-intercept. Okay, so the y-intercept is where, like, the point on the line where it's touching the y-axis. And yeah, we're touching directly on the y-axis. And so this the y-axis right here. So the point we're touching directly on the y-axis and where x is equal to 0. So this 0 right here. So this is the x-axis, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So this where x is equal to 0. This also where y is equal to 0. So you have 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay? But you see you're touching directly on the y-axis. So this is the y-intercept. It will be 0, negative 4. So 0. Oh, we have to write it in black. 0, negative 4. Because this is where x is equal to 0. This is the y-intercept. Okay, so find the slope. So to find the slope, we have to find a next point on the line. So if we look, find where like a next point directly on. Okay, so see, this kind of touching this right here. See, you could use this. You can't use this or this because you see it ain't really on where we can't pinpoint where it is. Okay, so but we can pinpoint where this is. This point is 3, 1. This point right here is 3, 1. Oof, it's too big. 3, 1. Okay, so we could use this point and we could use the y-intercept to find the slope of the line. So to find the slope, the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equals, so the point we found was 3, 1, and then we could just plot the y-intercept, 0, negative 4. So this y2, this x1, this y1 is x1, right? Okay, so we can use that and put it in the formula. So y2 is negative 4, so we have negative 4, y1 is 1, negative 4 minus 1, over x2 is 0, 0 minus x1 is 3, 3. So we have negative 5 over negative 3, and negative divided by negative is a positive, so it's just 5 over 3. Okay? And we could check. This is rise over run. If you remember, the slope is just rise over run. So let's rise and let's run. So rise is 5, so we go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go over 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So yeah, that is this correct. If you want to check from here, we go up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go over 3. So 1, 2, 3. You see? There's a point right on the line. Okay? So find the standard form of the equation of the line. Give your answer with integer coefficients. So standard form of equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. Y equals, what's the slope? M is the slope, so 5 over 3x. And then b is the y-intercept, so minus 4. So if we wanted to plot this, if you wanted to plot this, we find the y-intercept, so that's 0, 4, negative 4. And you go up 5, rise over run. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you go over 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay, so the standard form of the equation of a line is ax plus by is equal to c. So to put this in this form, you send x over and say negative 5 over 3x plus 1y is equal to negative 4. It's a standard form equation of a line, but they want the answer with integer coefficients. So this is a fraction. So to get rid of this fraction, we have to multiply this entire equation by 3. So we say, if we multiply this by 3, the 3's will cancel and we just be left with negative 5x. So negative 5x plus 3y is equal to negative 12. So this is our final answer, because now we have integer coefficients. On the same grid, graph the line x equals 3. So the line x equals 3 is just a straight line going down. X equals 3. So right down. It's going down x equals 3. So check. Okay, plot any point in the second quadrant and state its coordinates. So remember we say this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, this is the fourth quadrant. So they say plot any point in quadrant 2 and state its coordinates. So let's just point any point, let's point this. And coordinates, x goes first and then y. So -1, 1. Okay? Okay, so moving on. Use the given function below to answer the following questions. F of x equals 2, absolute value x minus 1 minus 7. Complete the table of values for f of x. Okay, so to solve this, just substitute each number for x and then find f of x. So, first one, 2. Let's use the skinny about thing. So 2, -5 minus 1. And then minus 7. So -5 minus 1 is -6. Minus 7. And then the absolute value of -6 is just 6. So 2 times 6 minus 7. That's 12 minus 7. 12 minus 7 is 5. Okay, so the second one, 2, -3 minus 1. Minus 7. So 2, -3 minus 1 is -4. Minus 7. Absolute value of -4 is just 4. So it's 2 times 4 minus 7. This is 8 minus 7. This is 1. So 2, -1 minus 1 minus 7. 2, -1 minus 1 is just -2 minus 7. Absolute value of -2 is just 2, so 2 times 2 minus 7, 4 minus 7, this is -3. 2, absolute value 1 minus 1 minus 7, 2, absolute value of 0 minus 7. The absolute value of 0 is just 0, so it's 2 times 0 minus 7. 2 times 0 is just 0, so 0 minus 7, so it's just -7. Now we have 2, 3 minus 1 minus 7. So 2, 3 minus 1 is 2 minus 7. The absolute value of 2 is just 2. So that's 2 times 2 minus 7. 4 minus 7. This is -3. Okay, using your table of values, plot the points and connect them to the graph y equals f of x on the grid below. Okay, so this is the x values and it's the y values. So you plot x, y. So let's plot. So -5, 5. It's negative over here, 5 up here. So right here. Second value, -3, 1. This -3, 1 here. -3 and then 1. Third value, -1, -3. So this -1 right here, and then this -3. One, two, three. Fourth value, 1, -7. So this 1 here, down here is -7. And then the next value is +3 and then -3. So +3 and then -3 is right here. So now connect it. I don't know what's going on with my pen. So let's go connect it. Okay. Use your graph to answer the following. So f of 4. You should find f of 4 because it's on this graph. F of 4, this would be right here. You know f of 4 here. So what I would do is, let's see. This 1, 3, -5. This is 1, 3. I'd insert another next number in here. 5. and find f of 5. So, as they say, use the graph. So 2, absolute value 5 minus 1 minus 7, that's 2. 5 minus 1 is 4, minus 7, that's 8, minus 7, that's 1, so 1. So the next thing we plotting is 5, 1. So there's 5 here, and then this 1 here, so go like right there. So the point it look like it's touching is negative 1. So f of 4 will be negative 1. And to check this, you could just substitute it for x into the equation. So that would be 2, 4 minus 1 minus 7. 2, 4 minus 1 is 3, so that's absolute value of 3 minus 7. Absolute value of 3 is just 3, so 2 times 3 minus 7, that's 6 minus 7. 6 minus 7 is just negative 1. So yeah. Okay, find the values of x for which f of x is equal to 7. So to find this, substitute f of x be 7 into the equation. So just do this on a new page. So 7 equal to 2, absolute value x minus 1 minus 7. Let's just rewrite it. 2, absolute value x minus 1 minus 7 is equal to 7. So first thing we have to do is isolate the absolute value. So to do that, we have to subtract the 7 first. Add the 7 first. So it can cancel. So this is a negative 7. We have to add 7 so it can cancel from the side. So 2, x minus 1 minus 7 plus 7 is equal to 7 plus 7. Second thing we have to do is divide by this 2. So we get to isolate the absolute value. So that will be x, we be left with x minus 1 is equal to 7. Because this would be 14 and we divide by 2. 7 divided by 2 is 14. So let me write it out so y'all could see. So that's 2 x minus 1 equals 14. And when we divide it by the 2, it became 7 again. Okay. Now, to take this out of the absolute value, we write it as, for 2, we write it for 2 options, right? So we have x minus 1 is equal to 7, and then we have x minus 1 is equal to negative 7. And then we just solve and say x is equal to 7 plus 1, because we add 1 to eliminate it off this side. X is equal to 8. Same thing over here, so x is equal to negative 7 plus 1. X is equal to negative 6. So the values are 8 and negative 6. And if you substitute those values, if you substitute these values in this, you should get f of x equal to 7. We're moving on. Okay, so first we're going to graph these. So we're just going to say y is equal to negative 1. Y is equal to negative 7 over 2x plus 5. And we're going to solve for y here. So this would be 3y less than, this would be positive 2x plus 6. And then we divide by 3. So y, 2 over 3x. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this one would be y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 2. And now we're going to graph each one of these individually, right? So y is equal to negative 1 is just a horizontal line going through negative 1. So graph that. Now because this is a solution, like you have these greater than, equal to, you have these. We have to choose a test point to substitute to see which side we shade in, right? So our test point we choosing will not be on the line. So we can't choose a point from with directly on the line. So you have to choose any of these points over here. The easiest point to choose is 0, 0, since it's not on the line. So we substitute 0, 0 into this equation and say 0 is greater than negative 1. 0 is greater than negative 1. So we shade the side that is correct. So And then I would suggest do this on like a piece of paper, because at the end, the scene that we using what we doing now to see which one is the unwanted region, because they want the unwanted region. So I'd suggest doing this like on, I don't know, like on the side, or like on like actual like working, so you could do it on to see, because you could see in the end what I mean. But yeah, so we should decide that's true. So 0 is greater than -1, so we should decide with 0, 0 on it. So we should decide. And let me just put that there so you know. Okay, now this one. So our first point is 5, because that's the y-intercept, 0, 5. So we plot 5 right here. And then the slope is negative, so we go down 7 and we go over 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then go over 2, 1, 2. So we plot 2, -2. Then we just connect and go right. Now again, choose a test point that is not directly on the line. 0, 0 is not directly on the line, so we choose 0, 0 again and substitute it for this. So 0, 0. So 0 is greater than or equal to 5. 0 is not greater than or equal to 5. So we should decide what that doesn't have 0, 0 on it. So this decide with 0, 0, right? So we should decide, since when we substituted 0, 0 for this equation, it gave us incorrect statement. So we should decide over here. Use this color. Right? And now this equation. We have our y-intercept is 2, so we plot 2, 0, 2, so that's right here. And then this positive, so we go up 2 and then go over 3, so 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So that's 3, 4. And then we just mark the points. Same thing, we choose a test point that is not directly on the line. 0, 0 is not directly on the line, so we choose 0, 0 to substitute into this equation. Say 0 plus, so this is 0 plus 0 is less than 6. 0 is less than 6, so it's true. So we should decide with 0, 0 on it. It's the line right here. The side with 0, 0 on it is the side right here. So let's pick this color and we shade 0, 0. Right? So now, you see everything is shaded but this little section over here. So what they want is everything but this little section over here. So what we're going to do is, like I was like, so I was like, do this on a separate piece of paper. Let's duplicate this. And then erase it. And we erase it. Then I'm going to plot everything again. So y equals -1, that's right here. Positive 5, go down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go over 2, 1, 2, 2, -2. Draw the line. Then next one is positive 2. Then we go up 2, 1, 2, and then go over 3, 1, 2, 3. Right here, 3, 4. Then we draw a line. Okay. Now if we go up here, like we say, this side is the only side not shaded. So the unwanted region is this side. So we just shade this side. Because they say graph the system, solution system, for the following system of inequalities by shading the unwanted region, and this the unwanted region, so we shade that. That's why I like do this on like a little separate piece of paper for like working or something. Yeah. So solve the following equations using the indicated method. So we have negative x plus 7y equals 89, and then we have 7x minus y is equal to negative 47. So to substitute, we just solve for a variable. So both of these equations are variables, so you just choose which one. And by variable, I mean like coefficient. These have coefficients of 1. So to use substitution, you want to find which equation have a term with the coefficient of 1. These have terms with coefficient of -1, so that could work too. So just solve any one for, so you can solve this for x or solve this for y. Let's just solve this for x. So negative x plus 7y is equal to 89. Let's send this x over here and then this 89 over here. So this would be negative 89 plus 7y is equal to x. Rewrite it, x is equal to negative 89 plus 7y. Now substitute this into the next equation for x. So this would be 7x minus y is equal to negative 47. So substitute next, 7 negative 89 plus 7y minus y is equal to negative 47. Let me put my handy dandy calculator. Negative 89 times 7 is negative 623. 7 times 7 is 49y. Minus y is equal to negative 47. 49y minus y is 48y. And then when we send this 623 over, it'd be positive 623. So positive 623 minus 47. So 623 minus 47, that's 48y, is equal to 576. Let's move this down. Okay, so now we have to divide by 48. So 576 divided by 48 is 12. So y is equal to 12. So we divide by 48. We have the x value right here, right? So substitute y right here to find the x value. So x is equal to negative 89 plus 7y. X is equal to negative 89 plus 7 times 12. 7 times 12 is 84. So x is equal to negative 89 plus 84. X is equal to negative 5. So our values is negative 5, 12. Okay, now by addition, elimination method. Okay, so to do this, we have to get one of these values equal to the next, so when we add them, they can cancel out. So we have 21 here, right? And we have a positive 7 and we have a negative 21 here. We want to get this 7 equal to 21, so we could add them and cancel them. So it'd be a positive 21 and then minus 21, and then these would cancel. So to do that, we have to multiply this entire equation by a number that makes 7 21. That number is 3, because 7 times 3 is 21. So we multiply this equation by 3, and we multiply this equation by 1, because we don't want to move, we don't want to alter these values, okay? So we just multiply by 1. So 15 times 3 is 45p plus 21q is equal to 84 times 3 is 252. And then we have 5p minus 21q is equal to 98. Now we want to add these. 45p plus 5p is 50p. These cancel, so that's plus 0 is equal to 252 plus 98. That's 350. So now you want to divide by 50. P is equal to 350 divided by 57, right? Now we have p is equal to 7. We can substitute this value into one of these equations to find what q is. So let's do the first one. So 50np plus 7q is equal to 84. P is 7, so 15 times 7 plus 7 times q is equal to 84. 15 times 7 is 105 plus 7q equal to 84. Send the 105 over, so that'd be a negative 105. So 7q is equal to 84 minus 105. 84 minus 105. So 7q is equal to negative 21. So q is equal to negative 3. Because we divide both these by 7. Okay. So our values is 7, negative 3. Next question. An farm has 600 acres of land with which to cultivate pineapples and cucumbers. The cost to cultivate 1 acre of pineapple is $60, and the cost to cultivate 1 acre of cucumbers is $40. If Island Farm's total cultivation costs across its 600 acres of land are $28,960, find the number of acres of pineapples cultivated and the number of acres of cucumbers cultivated. Let P be the number of acres of pineapples cultivated, and let C be the number of acres of cucumbers cultivated. Write a system of linear equations from which P and C may be found. Do not solve it. Okay, so it looked like we have two variables, right? So we have pineapples and cucumbers. And Island Farm have acres of land, right? They purchase, I guess, this acre of land to cultivate pineapples and cucumbers. And they have 600 acres of land with which they could use to cultivate all of them. So we have 600 is equal to pineapples plus cucumbers, because all this acres of land they're using to cultivate pineapples and cucumbers. So let's say let P be the number of acres of pineapples and let C be the number of acres of cucumbers. So we could write the first equation as P plus C is equal to 600. Because all this acres of land being used to cultivate pineapples and cucumbers, and they have 600 of it, okay? Next equation. So the cost to cultivate 1 acre of pineapple is $60, and the cost to cultivate 1 acre of pineapple is $40, right? And let's say Island Farm's total cultivation costs across the 600 acres are $28,960. So they cultivated a certain number of pineapple and they cultivated a certain number of cucumbers, and all of that was equal to $28,960. So now we could write our second equation, which is 60p, because p is the number of pineapples. We don't know the certain number that they use to cultivate it, so we have to write in the variable, plus cucumbers is 40, so 40c is equal to 28,960. So like I said, we don't know the number of pineapples and cucumbers that they cultivated, but we know that the price to cultivate all of these was 28,960. So to find P and C, you could use the substitution method, because there's a variable right here, these variables right here. So you could just say P is equal to 600 minus C, or you could say C is equal to 600 minus P, and then substitute this into that. But they say do not solve it. So yeah. But you could find P and C by just doing the substitution method. Okay. Now to approach this, we're gonna factor out some numbers. So if we look in the numerator, 3 is a factor that's common in all these numbers. And then we have to factor out the variable with the lowest exponent. So n, and then m with the lowest exponent is m squared. Okay, so we factor out 3m squared n. When we factor 3m squared n from this, we left with 3 divided by 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. m to the power of 4 divided by n squared, that's equal to m to the power of 4 minus 2, which is m squared. So we just left with m squared, and same for n, so that's n squared over n, that's equal to n to the power of 2 minus 1, which is just n, right? Minus 15 divided by 3 is 5. We already cancel out, we already factor out the m squared, and then we just left with n, because we took one n from this, so we left with the next n. And then plus 6 divided by 3 is 2, m squared, and we already factored m squared n, so just 2, divided by negative 6 m squared n, right? So now the m squared n would cancel with, they would cancel out, right? And we just left with 3 over 6. So 3 over negative 6. And 3 over negative 6 is just negative 1 over 2. So we left with negative 6m squared n minus 5n plus 2 divided by 2. This is our final answer right there. Simplify. So what we're going to do is multiply this out. So you're going to multiply this by this, this by this, and then this by this. And then you're going to multiply this by this, this by this, and then this by this. You're going to add them together. So let's go. 3a times 2a squared, that's 6a cubed, because the 3 times 2 is 6. And then a times a squared is a cubed. So we have a times a squared, that's equal to a to the power 1 plus 2, which is equal to a to the power 3. So 6a cubed. Minus 3ab, that's minus 21 a squared times b. And then 3a times 4b squared, that's plus 12a b squared. We have minus b times all these. So minus 8b times 2a squared, that's minus 16a squared b. And then minus 8b times minus 7ab, that's positive, because negative times negative is a positive, 56 a b squared, right? And then the last one, negative 8b times 4b squared, that's negative 32b cubed. Okay, now just sort it as to where, sort the like terms. So like terms as in they have to be equal. So, well, not equal, but like for example, this right here and then this right here is a like term, because we have a squared b and this a squared b. Okay, so sort the like terms so you can be able to add them. So 6a squared, 6a cubed, let's start with that, minus 32b cubed, we just sorting it out, minus 21a squared b, minus 16a squared b, plus 12ab squared, plus 56ab squared. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. So now let's just simplify it. So we have 6a squared, 6a cubed, sorry, minus 32b cubed, negative 21 minus 16, that's negative 37a squared b. So we just adding these two. And then 12ab squared plus 56ab squared, that's 68ab squared. So we add the 12 and 56 and we just put the variables with it. Okay. So our final answer is 6a cubed minus 32b squared minus 37a squared b plus 68ab squared. Okay. Okay, so factorize the following. Okay, so factorize is like to break them up into their factors. So 12, like if it's the factor 12, you could say 6 times 2. Factors of 3 is 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 times 2 is equal to 12. 3 times 2 is 6. Times 2 is 12. Okay, so now see 12 is the number that we factorize. These the factors, and if we multiply them together, they give us 12. So you want to break this up into factors. So first thing you have to do is you're going to divide from 2, because you see all 2 of these terms could go into 2. Going to divide 2z out. We're going to divide 2z out because all 2 of these terms could go into z. So you're going to divide 2z out. So 2z, and we left with x squared minus 25y to the power 6. We're going to rewrite this. So we have 2z, right? And then we could rewrite that as x squared minus 5 squared y to the power of 3 times 2. 5 squared is equal to 25. So now we could rewrite this and take the 2 out. We ain't necessarily taking it out, but we just rewriting it. So x squared minus 5 squared y to the power of 3. And then this one, we could say squared, right? Because 3 raised to the power, the exponent 3 raised to the power 2 is just 6. So this would be this y to the power 6. See, y cubed raised to the power 2 is equal to y to the power 3 times 2, which is equal to y to the power 6. Okay, so it's the same thing, we just rewriting it. So if you see both of these being squared, right? So we could rewrite it and put it in the same, we could group it. So 2z x squared minus, we go open bracket, 5y cubed squared, because both of them being squared, so we could just group them together. Now, if you could recall the difference of 2 squares formula, so a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b, a plus b. So we could rewrite this as just as x squared, and then b squared is 5y cubed, and all that is squared. So this a squared, and then this b squared. So we could rewrite that as x minus 5y cubed, x plus 5y cubed. So our final answer would be, because we have to put the 2z back, so 2z x minus 5y cubed, x plus 5y cubed. And like I said, if you multiply those factors together, you would get the original equation. So our next problem. So 30x squared times x minus 5 cubed minus 51x times x minus 5 cubed plus 9 times x minus 5 cubed, right? So if we look at the problem, we could see we have some similarities. So we have factors, all these are factors of 3, and then factors of x minus 5 cubed. So we could factor 3x minus 5 cubed out. And we factor it out with this, we left with 10x squared. So we factored this out from this. So, and then we have to divide this by 3. So 30 divided by 3 is 10, and then we left with the x squared. So 51x divided by 3, that's 17x. And then we already factored out the x minus 5 cubed. And then 9 divided by 3 is, of course, 3. Right? So now we have to factor this. And this is ax squared plus c plus bx plus c. Now to factor this, we have to multiply a times c, and then factors of ac that add up to b, right? So A times C, so 10. 10 times 3 is 30. So what factors of 30 could give us 17? Factors of 30 that could give us 17, negative 17, sorry, is negative 2 and then negative 15. So we multiply 10 by 3 to give us 30, and now factors of 30 that add up to negative 17. That's negative 2 and negative 15. So now we rewrite it as 10x squared minus 2x minus 15x plus 3, right? We rewrite it. And now we could like kind of break it, cut it in half, so, because we're going to factor this. So what's common between these two? 2x is common in these two, so we could factor it and say 2x, 10x squared divided by 2x is 5x, and then 2x, negative 2x divided by 2x is just minus 1. Now what's common in these two? 3. So we could factor out negative 3 and say negative 3. 15 divided by negative 3 is 15. Negative 15x divided by negative 3 is positive 5x. And then 3 divided by negative 3 is just minus 1. So we could rewrite this as 3x minus 5 cubed. And now we have 2x minus 3 and then 5x minus 1. These are our factors. So if you multiply this out, it's giving you this. Giving you this. Okay. Now, looking at this, our first thing we have to do is split it up. So we're gonna factor out some stuff. So c squared common in both these, so we're gonna factor out c squared. And then we left with 2a minus b. What's common in these is 25. So we're going to factor out negative 25. And we left with 2a minus b. So we have 2a minus b and c squared minus 25. But these ain't finished yet, because you see this? This could factor some more. If we recall the difference of two squares, a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b, a plus b. So we have c squared minus 5 squared, because 25 is just 5 squared. That's c minus 5, c plus 5. So our final answer is 2a minus b, c minus 5, c plus 5. And if we multiply this out, this gives us this. Okay. Now, our final question. Yes, our final question. Let's move this up a little bit. Okay, the area of a rectangle is 840 cm. If the length of the rectangle is 14 less than 7 times its width, find the dimensions of the rectangle. Set up the necessary and solve algebraically. So the first thing I could do is just set up a rectangle. So just set up a rectangle. Okay. Okay, so we have A equals 840. And remember that area of a rectangle is length times width, I believe. Yeah, length times width. So if the length is 14 less than 7 times the width, so it's the length is 14 less, so now 14, so we subtracting 14 plus 7w. So rewrite this. Length is 7w minus 14, right? So it's 14 less than 7 times its width. So 7 times its width minus 14, because it's 14 less than this, right? So now we have two variables. We have two things we could work with. We have the width. This the width down here, and this the length. So we have the width and we have the length, right? So our length is 7w minus 14. Now with this w. And then, so we have 845 area equals the length. What is our length? Our length is 7w minus 14. So 7w minus 14 times our width times w. So area equals LW, right? So let's rewrite it. 840 equals W, 7W minus 14. This is our length. This right here is our length. This is our length. And then this is our width. Because we don't know the value of the width. So we're going to multiply this out and solve this to figure out our values, right? So 840 equals W times 7W is 7W squared. W times negative 14, that's negative 14W. Now let's send everything on one side. So we can send 840 on this side. So we have 7W squared minus 14W minus 840 is equal to 0, right? So now we're going to solve this. Let's see if 7 could go into 840. 840 divided by 7. Yeah, 7 could go into 840. 7 W squared minus 2W minus 120 is equal to 0. So now we have to find factors of 120 that add up to negative 2. So the factors of 120 that add up to negative 2 is negative 12 and then positive 10. Because if you add 10 to negative 12, that's negative 2. So we could just rewrite this as W squared plus 10W minus 12W minus 120 equal to 0, right? So now we can factor out some stuff. So we can factor W and we left with W plus 10. Then we can factor out minus 12 and then left with positive W and then positive 10. Because negative 120 divided by negative 12 is positive 10 equal to 0. You could rewrite this as W plus 10 and then W minus 12 is equal to 0. Now we have W is equal to negative 10 and W is equal to positive 12. Now for this problem, we ain't looking at the negative value. We just looking at the positive value. So W is equal to 12, right? Now to check this, remember our length is 7W minus 14. So let's find our length. Length is equal to 7W minus 14. So 7 times 12 minus 14. So let's see. 7 times 12 is 84 minus 14. That's equal to 70, right? And our width is 12, right? So area equals length times width. So area is equal to length is 70 and our width is 12. 840. Area is equal to 840. And in the original equation, the area of a rectangle is 840. So our length is 70 and our width is 12. That's our final answer. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope this is of help. Like I say, don't just study from this video. Make sure I'll go over your notes. Oh gosh, it's making me bad. Make sure I'll go over your notes. Still review from that. Review from your notes. Don't just study from a past test paper, and don't just think just because there's a past test paper, then everything that's on this test paper is gonna come on exam. It don't work like that. All kind of other stuff that come on exam, you have to be well prepared. This just like common things that might be on your exam. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget free pair tutoring. I can leave that in the link and my math notes. So I think y'all test to be like chapters 3 and up. So you just go with chapters 3 from the notes. If you don't take nice notes, I have some pretty notes. Y'all can go look at that. And free tutoring, free notes, free things. So thank you for watching and I guess we can link.